What's up, everyone? My name's Adam Tabachnik from The Game Day, and today I'm going to be reviewing the FanDuel Sportsbook. Although there's a variety of sportsbooks to choose from, I'll tell you why I'm always rocking with FanDuel as a guy who likes to sprinkle some money here and there. Let's start with the basics. Signups. Although you'll have to go through with your name, address, and last four of your social, you'll be prompted with their new user offer. Now, if you're like me and you're not the biggest bettor, a welcome offer can really incentivize me to get going. Why? Because I don't have to do much just to get started. So first, we're going to start out by hitting join now. I'm going to put in our email at thegameday.com, enter username, Adam Tab, Game Day, for the password. There we go, create account. Now we're in for the verification. Now we're going to say Mr. Adam Tabachnik, of course. I'm gonna put in my birthday. Then we're gonna put in my phone number. Now we gotta put in our address. Where do we live? The last four digits of my social. I agree, I confirm, I am not an employee prohibited, and I confirm that I'm 21 plus years old. Very important. Now that we're in, let's talk about their offers. FanDuel runs a ton of user-friendly first-time user promotions such as the no sweat first bet, the occasional bet and get, and more. All of which are exactly what they sound like. That first one's gonna allow you to sweat out a bet without losing the money, and the second is credits straight to your account with an easy-to-achieve offer. So what's my point here? FanDuel is the app for the casual bettor. But now let's move on to their interface. I know I just spent a long time talking about sign-up bonuses, but here's the reason I actually use FanDuel. The app. It's bright, it's simple, it's clean, and most of all, it's easy to use. Look, we're all millennials here. We like our apps. But with extending the entire iPhone screen, does it look good with the notch at the top of the screen? These are all incredibly unimportant things that us millennials like in our apps. Let's call it the aesthetic. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I'm not the biggest bettor. So if I am going to bet, I'm looking to have an enjoyable experience. Whether it be me placing the bet itself or even turning it into a parlay, the UE stands out to me. I don't really know how to put it into the right words, but it feels right. Now let me bring you back to those parlays. Obviously, I keep emphasizing my lack of interest in being the daily bettor. So as the average bettor, the return is always what excites me. Because of that, I always find myself putting together the most absurd parlays that feel like they'll never hit, but they might. That's where FanDuel and I get along really well. Why? Because they offer multi-sport parlay insurance. If you place a 5+ leg parlay, which I find myself doing far more times than I need to, you'll get up to $25 back if you hit all but one. Now, it might not be the sexiest amount, but at least morale is able to be kept in check. So whether it be the user experience, the aesthetic, or even the ability to have some insurance on my stupid parlays, the interface is by far my favorite out of any of the sports books. And as you can see, we log in, it looks beautiful. It's blue, it's clean, it's sexy, it's sleek, right? I can click into something, right? This looks great right here. Now, if I wanted to go to maybe NBA on TNT, it's got everything I need. So for me personally, if I'm building something, right? So let's just put maybe there and a little bit of that. Like, this just looks great. It's easy for my terrible eyes to see, and that's why I'm gonna place $10 here to win 107, boom. So now let's talk about the payment methods. One thing I look for when opening up a new account is the payment methods they accept for depositing and withdrawing. Once I hit that big parlay, I want that money now. Thankfully at FanDuel, they make it easy and fast to both deposit and withdraw. Most withdrawals will be processed in under a week, which is pretty quick. Again, I prefer PayPal since it's the fastest. They say under 48 hours, but they also can send the money right to you via ACH, check, or prepaid card. But let's talk about some negatives. Now, as much as I adore this app more than most, there's always going to be some negatives. Fortunately, I only have two. The first being the lack of a VIP reward system. With so many sportsbooks out there, the need for loyalty is super important. Fortunately for FanDuel, I'm loyal by default. I like simplicity. FanDuel is simple, but maybe it's too simple. Maybe they didn't add a VIP reward system because they didn't want to overcomplicate the process of needing to bet with them. I don't know. I just know I like the VIP treatment, and a reward system would do just that. The second is customer service. Sometimes it's a hit and sometimes it's a miss. The last thing us as casual bettors want to do when dealing with any issues is struggle to get a hold of any customer service. Think of it like when you're calling Apple tech support. I don't need the 15 different people to go through just to solve the issue. As mentioned, I need simplicity. So although it's a small complaint, it is in fact a necessary one. On to the conclusion. So what did we learn here? Hopefully something, but probably nothing. Overall, I'm giving FanDuel Sportsbook a 9.53 out of 10. The only reason it's not a 10 out of 10 is because I'm trying to be fair here. I nitpicked negatives, and so I'm going to nitpick my score. So if you're a casual bettor like me and are looking for the best possible user experience, look no further than the FanDuel Sportsbook. Now let's go win some money. Which sportsbooks would you give a 10? Let me know below. Want to see more sportsbook reviews? Look no further. You're already on the page. Like, comment, subscribe, and again, for any of our social content, you can follow us at TGD Action. Come bet with me.